So my name is Jay Flack. I'm from Rome Technologies, based here in Sydney. We're a medtech startup. I am the clinical lead and the chief scientist.
Incredible. Tell us, what do you make?
Yeah, so we make a oxygen concentrator. It is the smallest, lightest portable oxygen concentrator on the market. Here's what I prepared earlier.
Love it. Thank you.
So this is it. This is just an appearance model. It doesn't have all of the internals in it. Oxygen is a major consideration in the health industry. Lung disease, I'm sure we've all, barring a certain pandemic that's been giving us the runaround for the last couple of years, that which shall not be named, that's sort of shone a spotlight on lung disease, but, it's always been a big issue and a big killer. In the respiratory field, COPD is one of the biggest global killers. It affects 300 million people globally. It's the third leading cause of death, right behind heart attacks and strokes. So it's really significant, multi-billion-dollar industry and burden on the health system. And our oxygen device is going to revolutionise that space. So that's what we're building.
Well, this is very light.
Yes.
What's the alternative, Jay?
Yes, the alternative.
You've got one right here.
Here's one right here. So this is an oxygen cylinder.
Yeah.
This is the gold standard. If you've got lung disease and you need oxygen, if you end up in a hospital, if you end up in an ambulance, if you're sick at home, this is what you have. This is oxygen cylinder. This is heavy.
Can confirm that is heavier than this.
It is much heavier than this. Now, I was coming here prepared to use this as a prop and say, imagine being a frail, elderly person, someone who's struggling to take their next breath, and this is the only way that you can put one foot in coming up. It's heavy, this is difficult. Look at that, this is heavy for me. So I got here today, I got the train in, it's a 20-minute walk down from town hall, and this is heavy. I'm, arguably healthy and young, and it's a struggle. I was constantly changing arms, it was awkward, and I don't want to take this home with me today. I want to just leave it somewhere in a corner. But for these people, this is their only option. And the sad reality is for a lot of these patients is it is too hard, and so they don't use their homes. And they spend their last sort of few years tethered from their homes to either a much bigger cylinder than this or a stationary concentrator, and that's the only way they can breathe. And so Juno is, would say that...
No, we didn't even know the name.
Juno, the name is Juno. This is not oxygen for dying. This is oxygen for living.
Oh, I love that.
So it's for getting out and living down the lane, and being able to do those things, to take their grandkids to the park, to go to the shops, to have coffee with their son or their daughter. They're not out running marathons, but it gets them out of the house and gives them some quality of life. And I think that's really important. These are people that I see in my day job every day. So I'm not a business person. That's not my background. I'm a clinician. 25 years in respiratory medicine. So I deal with these people every day, and I see the impacts that it has on their life. A lot of the time, the only time they get out of the house is to come to the hospital. So it's really sad. We're really excited to get this to market.
Cool. So talk to me a little bit about what it's been like as a clinician, getting into the product innovation development space, getting Juno into a physical product. How's that been?
Yeah, so it's certainly a very different world. And I guess a lot of clinicians, a lot of industries in general, they stick to their area of expertise. I've always been a bit of a tinkerer, a bit of a MacGyver. I've got a background in biomedical engineering as well, so I had the interest in the technology and the understanding of how things work and how they could work better. I worked in the past as a consultant to companies like ResMed to help them with R&D to try and bring that clinical need and to combine that with the technology side of things. So that's always been my area of interest. It's been really exciting to work with Rome Technologies as a startup, build this from the ground up. And it is such a leap ahead of the other technology that's available.
Amazing. Anything unexpected that you didn't think would be a challenge coming into the space?
Everything. We often joke that when we get this all finalised and done, that we're going to make a Netflix documentary about everything that we've gone through, because
it's a happy story.
Well, hopefully it doesn't end in tragedy. I'm sure it won't. There's just been so many, a lot of those sort of classic startup sort of tropes that I'm sure pain points a lot of startups going through. A lot of challenges, but we've also had a lot of wins. And we're getting so much interest from the industry. Initially, we're actually overwhelmed. We're sort of in this growth phase of the company now, and We weren't actively promoting it. We weren't doing a social media campaign or anything like this, but suddenly we're getting interest from big health tech companies international, from the US, from China, from Japan, saying, how do we get
So I'm not ready for that.
I'm doing clinical trials right now. That's where we're at. So at my hospital at St George, we're doing the validation studies. We know that it works. We've thoroughly bench tested it. It does what we say it does. But it's very important to me that we prove that critically, that we test it in real patients and put it head-to-head against the gold standard.
Yeah.
There are other oxygen concentrators on the market, but a lot of them don't do what they say they do, and they don't have that working validation. There's a lot of glossy brochures out there, and flashy websites and marketing claims that they say we use various pulsing modes, and we have these patented algorithms that give you the equivalent of the cylinder. And the reality is there is no equivalent. There's no sort of smoke and mirrors. There's no replacement for delivering oxygen. So it's a bit of fake news, unfortunately.
How do you cut through the fake news?
Well, we're going to cut through it by proving it clinically. So that's what we're doing now. Proper clinical trials. We've got obviously ethics, governance approval. We'll be publishing this or presenting this at one of the big global respiratory conferences, European, American, whatever. We're very excited to show the world. And most importantly, I'm excited to get this in the hands of the patients that I see every day. I see them struggling in things like this, and sometimes bringing 2 people with them to help get them from the car.
Yeah.
Something like this that they could just pop in a bag or a backpack was just going to be a mostly game changer.
Incredible. Well, any final words, anything you want to say about kind of ARCS 2024, BioBeacon, who you want to meet? How to
I'm going to go for a wander. You were actually my first stop. So, I think I
started off strong.
Yes. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I'm up, I think, here on stage in about half an hour.
Okay.
And then, I'll have a wander around. And
are you doing a pitch?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So I'm standing in for our CEO, Shan. She's actually over in San Diego for the Bio 24 conference. It's been pretty big. And she's following up on some meetings with various strategics, zipping around the US while she's there, meeting with them and trying to lock down our next step of getting that strategic partner so we can take it to market.